Well, hello human beings of the internet, welcome to the final regular week of the Immaterial Gamers Fantasy League, looking at week 8 of the LEC. Let's get straight into the last week's standings. There was a three-way tie for the top spot between Duncan, codenamed Perky, and Terry, where Martin would be also looking to get out of the elimination buffer, and Darius struggling to hold on. So let's get into predictions. And the focus of this week, I'm just going to get straight into it, are the SK games. We've had a look at Mad Lions earlier on in the season. SK are the ones who were fighting for playoffs. So let's do it. So we start with Darius, who hasn't really given much faith in SK, to be honest. Went for a rogue game in the first day. Went for an XL sweep in the second day, and Misfits to get a majority of the objectives in the third. So, not going well there. Martin and myself, same sort of thing, to be honest. Rogue nearly sweep, an XL nearly sweep, and a Misfits nearly sweep. Sorry guys. Stefan versus Terry. Well, let's just say Rogue sweep, XL sweep, Misfit sweep. I think that's basically it. Duncan, Rogue. Again, SK predicted for a dragon. Duncan, one of the few who didn't give an XL sweep, as gave SK dragon and herald objectives, and Misfits, well, SK get the dragon. Pinky coin flipped an SK win for 2 of the games, against Rogue and against XL. And then for Misfits, First Blood and Baron just to lose the game, in its humble coin flip opinion. And finally Perky, who also didn't have much faith on SK in this. To be fair, they had to win 3 games to make playoffs, and for XL to not win a single game. But should we see how that worked? Should we see how it happened? Yeah, let's do it. Rundown time. Week 8 rundown. Go. Right, let's kick this super week off. First featured game, SK versus Rogue. And Dragon was the first objective taken by Rogue. 7 minutes in. It was nothing much going on at that point. Herald was taken by SK nearly 10 minutes in. But it took 12 minutes for a first blood to happen, and it went to SK. Rogue looked a bit out of sorts in this, and even though they got themselves the bottom tower just before Herald had a bonk, it didn't go well for Rogue at all. Baron taken by SK while Rogue tried to steal it, and Rogue lost. SK kept the playoff dreams alive, for that day at least. Game 2, Astralis versus Misfits, and Misfits were just looking to try and get to the top of the leaderboard. And they were against Astralis. And really, objectives were going Misfits' way quite easily at this point. By Herald, Astralis hadn't really got anywhere. And, Turret was also go. Then Astralis got themselves a Baron and kept things going for a little bit. Misfits then finally decided they were a top tier team though, and got the win. Game 3 is Vitality versus Mad Lions. Mad really needed to win this one in order to stay in the playoffs, just like SK. And it didn't really work out well, with Vitality getting First Blood and Herald. Mad Lions got themselves a dragon. Again, it took the second half of the split for them to realise dragon was an objective. Tower went to Vitality. But then, Mad Lions just got kills after kills after kills, and got themselves a nice 25-ish minute Baron. And then after a second Baron, got themselves the win. Then, next game, G2 versus XL. Herald, picked up by G2, and all XL needed to do was win this one to make playoffs. but it wasn't really happening. First Blood also went G2's way. Took 10 minutes, mind. XL got themselves a dragon, while we see a replay of another XL death. Tower did go to G2 though, and G2 did what they needed to do. They locked themselves into 4th place with the Baron and then the win. XL would just have to wait. They couldn't miss playoffs, right? Final game of the day, BDS versus Fnatic. And BDS just had Pride to play for, and, well, they got themselves a first blood. Nice and prideful. Dragon, though, went to Fnatic. You can see a dead Tahm Kench there, you can kind of see what tried to happen. Herald, though, went to BDS. And then, first tower went to Fnatic. Just. Baron also went to Fnatic. Clean as you like, you see the results of it. And finally, the Nexus went down for Fnatic to keep pushing for the top spot. So Saturday, XL versus SK. Only one of them could win. And Dragon went SK's way. 5.5 minutes, no kills, a lot of slight bits of conflict. But then, this Jinx rocket gave XL first blood. Threaded the needle. And at that point, that one little mistake brought everything XL's way. They got themselves a Herald and immediately turned to the top tower to use said Herald. Those objectives went thick and fast. Then, a 23-ish minute Baron went to XL as well. And they got themselves the win, meaning XL make playoffs and SK are out the running. Game 2 though, Astralis versus Mad Lions, a team that also had to keep winning. And First Blood went to Astralis right on the top tower armor. Couldn't get that Nara active, it didn't really matter. But First Dragon again went to Mad Lions. While the Herald went to Astralis. But Astralis in kill lead were keeping things going. They even got themselves the bottom tower. Well, Mad Lions picked it back up. Turns out, threat of missing playoffs is a decent motivator for getting objectives and a win. The Mad Lions got that game. Game 3, Rogue versus BDS. Rogue just wanted to secure themselves at the top of the LEC regular season, and they got themselves the first blood. Just. They then got themselves the Herald. Clean as it was. Which was then used on the bottom tower about a minute later. So they got themselves the first tower. BDS then got themselves the Ocean Drake. And, well, that was about it, because Baron went to Rogue 22.5 minutes. And another Baron later on in the game got themselves the win, with a nice kill score as well. Game 4, Misfits versus Fnatic. Only one of them could go for the second place at this point, and, well, Fnatic decided to defend against a sort of top jungle dive, got themselves the first blood. Herald also went Fnatic's way, even with sort of a Misfits triple kill that got themselves some kills and gold balance. Tower went down there. Dragon also went Fnatic's way though. And the Baron. This was a sweep in terms of our objectives for our prediction game, so, you know, I say sweep, I forgot. Misfits took over, I forgot, they flipped that game. They got the win. I completely forgot about that, it's been a few days. Right, Vitality versus G2 with the first blood to G2 in that top jungle just above the river. Herald also went G2's way. You see, when you expect a whole load of, objectives going one team's way, you don't expect the other team to get the objective. That's how it worked. Dragon went to Vitality. First tower went to G2 though, down the bottom, while there was a bit of Jungle Benny Hill going on. Then, Ocean Soul went to G2, and so did the Baron. And the win. Vitality hadn't won a game yet. They were at risk of missing on playoffs. So let's go to Sunday. SK versus Misfits. And SK just had a point to prove. When you've not got any pressure and you just need to make the game work, you do it. First blood, first dragon, went their way. Misfits did get themselves a Herald. It was a bit of a protracted river fight, but they got it. The tower, bottom lane, went to SK again. And then, Baron went SK's way, and they sort of hammered Misfits at this point. Look at that kill score, it was bloody. But they got themselves a win. And Misfits would just have to settle for third. Game 2, Vitality versus Astralis. Vitality needed this win. And first blood happened, went Vitality's way. They also got themselves a dragon relatively quickly. Herald also went Vitality's way. And then the tower, one of Astralis' few objectives, went theirs just before Shelly hit the top lane. And Baron went Vitality's way, and as you can see, Astralis' kill score was, unchanged for minutes, as Vitality got themselves the win and made playoffs, eliminating Mad Lions, who were just about to take on BDS. First blood went BDS's way in the top jungle for a change. It was nice. Bottom was getting too much love. First dragon also went to BDS. As did the tower. Then Mad Lions got a little bit angry. They got themselves the first Herald after the second was... the first Herald after the original first was blocked. Then Baron went Mad Lions' way, and the game went out of BDS's hands. Mad Lions got themselves a consolation victory. Unfortunate. Okay, Game 4, Fnatic versus XL. Both of these teams got themselves sorted in playoffs, so just a bloody game. First blood went to Fnatic by a millisecond, and the Herald went their way as well. As did the first turret. Dragon also went Fnatic's way. And no Baron. So this was a technical sweep for Fnatic. This was the actual sweep, not the one in the Misfits game. Alright, final game of the regular split. Rogue versus G2. And Rogue decided to, punish and invade. Herald, though, did go to G2. Dragon went Rogue's way, while Odoamne went to the Fountain. Tower also went to Rogue by milliseconds. And Rogue took themselves a 21-minute Baron while Herald was just punching top lane. And they destroyed G2, securing first place in the LEC. But let's see where our leaderboard ended up. So for week 8, Terry was the winner at 61 points, and Pinky, we know what Pinky does. And then it was very close between everyone else, 3 points between 2nd and 7th. So that's how that worked. But if we look at the final leaderboard for round 1, we lose Pinky, which was expected, and we unexpectedly lost Martin. But for the 6 of us that go through to round 2, we got 3 weeks. So we'll see you in 3 weeks.